to the castle. Coming from where I come from, the cultural state that I come from, if I'm invited to the castle, I don't know whether you're going to be in prison or something of the sort. So I carried a retinue with me. And in that interaction, Prof did something that most of the people in the room did not understand, but I understood. I don't want to go into details, but that's when I knew that Pepe, he knows where he comes from. He knows where he comes from. He knows the roots. That brief interaction, about 5-10 minutes, he earned my unique respect. Of course, he put me on a commission that I didn't know much about, but later on realized that I wish he hadn't. I won't tell you the name of the commission, but any time that I was going to sit in a trotro and come to Accra to attend a meeting, I'll be singing Saba's song, in serving my country, the land of my birth, within her borders. I don't have need for reward, and I'll come and go back. So that was Saba, but Prof instilled that Saba spirit in me. Of course, I don't think there's been much maligned person in this country as much as Prof. But in all those things, you could see some consistencies about him. He had his own mind. He had his own mind. Our good friend, our big brother Jerry would do this. Prof knew, and he stood by his words. Remarkable. This was a man who was forthright about things. And I remember that when there was the stories about many cats, he said, killing many cats, many ways of killing cats. Prof came and stood by the Constitution, stood by the sanctity of appointments. Because everything that he made up his mind to do, it wasn't about him, it wasn't about today, it was about the future. And I really did admire that. Every step, every word that he said. There were many ways of killing a cat. But was it necessary to kill the cat? No, the Constitution mattered. The future mattered. Standing by your word mattered. So that was Prof for him. I used to think that he came from Takwa, because his little sister used to keep things in our house, and then go to Takwa for holidays. So all the time that I thought the Atta Mills were from Takwa, then later on they moved to Commander and so on. But why I'm bringing these things in, that getting to know people, you have to know them by the roots. Character always matters. It's something we forget in the hubris of politics. A person's character in that office, both as a vice president and as president, was a man of character. And a state is always, from me, a chief. A state is a moral being. Once you lose the moral authority, you've lost the state. You've lost the capacity to rule. And Prof always had that morality about him, in his behavior, in his discussions. Even the humor you hear right now, you were laughing. That was him. And the way he spoke to customs, you see the sincerity of the person that this is me, and I'm going to change me today or tomorrow, and so on. I could go on and on about Prof. I remember talking to one of his friends during one of his campaign. And I said, he's not making any promises.